One of Japan's most serene and sacred locations is facing an unprecedented crisis that's shocking both locals and international observers alike. Deep within the grounds of Fushimi Inari Taisha in Kyoto, a hidden bamboo forest has become the target of rampant vandalism and graffiti that has left the shrine authorities and cultural experts alarmed. Let me take you back to understand what makes this location so special. Fushimi Inari Taisha is one of Japan's oldest and most important Shinto shrines, founded in the year 711. It's famous worldwide for its thousands of vermilion torii gates that create iconic tunnel-like pathways through the surrounding forests. While the main shrine and the famous torii tunnel areas attract millions of visitors each year, there exists a quieter, more peaceful side to the shrine, a secluded bamboo forest that was meant to be a place of spiritual reflection and natural beauty. Unlike the crowded Arashiyama bamboo grove in Kyoto, which has become overrun with tourists seeking Instagram photos, the Fushimi Inari bamboo forest was designed to offer visitors a calmer, more authentic experience. It's a place where locals and respectful travelers could walk among towering bamboo stalks, listen to the wind rustling through the leaves, and feel connected to nature and spiritual traditions. This forest represents the kind of hidden gem that makes Japan's cultural tourism special, authentic, peaceful, and deeply rooted in the country's spiritual heritage. However, recently, a troubling discovery was documented by Yuasa Tadao, a social media commentator and cultural observer who visited the bamboo forest. What he found shocked him so deeply that he felt compelled to share his observations with the public. The bamboo trees throughout the forest were covered in graffiti, not just a few scattered markings, but an overwhelming amount of carved names, messages, and symbols etched into the delicate bamboo stalks. Yuasa described the extent of the vandalism as far worse than he could have imagined, saying the number of graffiti marks exceeded his expectations by a significant margin. In his social media post that quickly went viral, Yuasa made a stark recommendation: this bamboo forest should become a restricted area, off-limits to the general public. This suggestion, while drastic, reflects the severity of the situation. When someone who understands and appreciates Japanese culture suggests closing off a sacred natural space, it signals that the damage has reached a critical point. This incident exemplifies a growing problem facing Japan's cultural and natural heritage sites. As international tourism to Japan has surged in recent years, with record numbers of visitors arriving annually, some tourists have struggled to respect local customs and regulations. The behavior of carving or writing on sacred natural objects is particularly offensive in Japanese culture, where nature is deeply revered in both Shinto and Buddhist traditions. Bamboo, in particular, holds significant cultural importance in Japan, appearing in classical poetry, traditional arts, and spiritual practices for centuries. The graffiti at Fushimi Inari's bamboo forest isn't merely aesthetic damage, it's a violation of cultural norms and spiritual values. Each carved mark represents a disregard for the site's sanctity and the efforts of the shrine to preserve its natural and spiritual character. The fact that this damage has become so extensive suggests that current visitor management systems and signage haven't been effective in preventing this behavior. Reactions on social media have been swift and emotional. Many Japanese users expressed anger and disappointment, with comments reflecting a sense that sacred spaces are no longer being protected adequately. Some blamed the surge in irresponsible tourism, noting that the shrine no longer feels like a protected spiritual sanctuary but rather a theme park destination. Others pointed out the contrast between Japan's strict rules about respecting nature in domestic contexts and the apparent free-for-all attitude some international visitors seem to adopt. Cultural experts have weighed in on the broader implications of this vandalism. They argue that incidents like this highlight the need for better education about Japanese cultural values, stronger enforcement of visitor regulations at sacred sites, and perhaps even more restrictive access policies. Some suggest that sites like this bamboo forest require the kind of protection typically reserved for Japan's most treasured national monuments. The shrine authorities now face a difficult decision. Do they install barriers and surveillance equipment, transforming a natural space into a heavily monitored zone? Do they restrict access entirely, as Yuasa suggested? Or do they try to educate visitors more effectively about the cultural significance of respecting natural and spiritual sites? Each option comes with trade-offs between preservation and accessibility. This situation reflects a broader tension in Japan's tourism industry. The country welcomes international visitors and benefits economically from tourism, but it's increasingly clear that some visitors arrive without understanding or respecting the cultural values embedded in the places they visit. Japan's natural and cultural heritage represents centuries of spiritual tradition and aesthetic philosophy, but this heritage is fragile and requires active protection. The bamboo forest at Fushimi Inari Taisha serves as a powerful reminder that not every beautiful location should be treated as a backdrop for personal photos or a canvas for personal messages. Some places deserve to remain sacred, undisturbed, and preserved for their original purpose, offering peace, spiritual reflection, and a connection to nature and tradition. As Japan continues to welcome the world, conversations like the one sparked by Yuasa's observation become increasingly important. They force us to ask critical questions about how we travel, what we owe to the places we visit, and how we can balance cultural exchange with cultural preservation. The answer likely involves greater responsibility from visitors, clearer communication about expectations, and stronger protections for the most vulnerable cultural sites. The bamboo forest at Fushimi Inari Taisha may soon become a symbol of either successful conservation efforts or lost heritage, depending on what actions are taken now. What's certain is that this incident has resonated deeply with people who care about preserving Japan's cultural and natural treasures for future generations. Should sacred cultural sites restrict tourist access to protect heritage, or find better ways to educate visitors? Subscribe for daily Japan trending updates.